You're listening to Keeping It 100 with Mel and Bruce, sponsored by the 100 Black Men of Las Vegas. What they see is what they'll be. I'm Mel Tiller, your host. I'm thrilled to be with you this morning. And today's guest is someone who is familiar to many of you. He's a local businessman. He's been around for a long time, has a great history in the city of Las Vegas and North Las Vegas. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Robert Taylor. You all call him Twixx. He's been around for a while, been making noise, a great businessman. Robert, how are you doing today?
I'm doing vainglorious. Amazing AM to everyone. And thank you so much, Mel and 100 Black Men, for allowing me to be here.
Thank you so much for joining us today. So you are a candidate for city council and you're running to represent Ward 2.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So for
those who go right ahead.
For those who don't know, North Las Vegas has 4 wards and 1 mayor. So that's our system. It's 4 councilmen or councilwomen and 1 mayor. And each ward has about 70,000 people in each ward. So if I were to win for Ward 2, I'll be over my area, my district, which would encompass about 70,000 people. And if you think about the numbers from Ward 1 to 4, think about the growth. Ward 1 are the first homes built in North Las Vegas. Ward 2 are the second homes built in Las Vegas. Ward 3 and Ward 4. So the higher the number, the newer the community. So Ward 2 is actually where I grew up at, in a neighborhood called Regal Estates. So to be running for the same ward that I literally grew up in is an amazing job.
Okay, talk to me about the roles and responsibilities of a city councilman.
Got you. So when it comes to city council, we have in the terms of, it's called a weak mayor system, which means the mayor and council all get 1 vote each. Okay. So for instance, if Mr. Mayor wanted to open up a business in Ward 2, let's say he wanted to open up a business off of Cheyenne and MLK, that's Ward 2, right? He would have to go through planning and zoning first, and then through the council if it came down to any special use permit. So if you want to open up a business that has never been there before, we're the ones that have to look at it to see if it's valuable for the neighborhood, if it makes sense, and what can you bring to the neighborhood before you get the vote for Ward 2. So I'll be the representation of the area of Ward 2. That's one thing we do. Another thing that councilmen and councilwomen can do is we can put spotlights to nonprofits and business owners. Once a month, each ward is able to choose a spotlight member or organization to put an actual light to. And I feel like that's a great thing they do, and I want to put more emphasis on that because small business owners hire 53% of the economy. So we put more emphasis on promoting small business owners. We actually help our economy out. So that's something I would love to do also.
Okay. Why you, and why do you think you can do that job better than anybody else?
Great question. I believe I will do that job the best of my ability and better than anybody else because of my almost 30 years of ownership, of owning businesses. I opened my first barbershop when I was the age of 23. And since then, I've had multiple barbershops, salons, nightclubs, photography studios. So I know how to open up a business. I know how to run a business. When you're a councilman or a mayor, the city is your business. And your boss are the actual constituents. So the same way I listen to somebody when I'm cutting their hair, and I'm listening to you to make sure I give you a good haircut, as a councilman, I understand the same role. I have to listen to you. I don't become bigger because I'm a councilman. My ears have to become bigger. My heart has to become bigger for listening to people to try to help them with their solutions and resolutions. So that's why.
What's your vision for North Las Vegas?
My vision for the city of North Las Vegas in general is to be a thriving city to where it's not just, it's known for our old history of community, which is good, but we do need more things out here. We do need to attract more tourists. I do believe when it comes to when EDC goes out there and spends all this money and has to drive through North Las Vegas, we are not capturing any of that financial money that's coming into our city. So as a councilman and be a part of North Las Vegas, I would love to make sure that when people go to EDC, people go to the Speedway, that North Las Vegas is able to take advantage of all this money, all these people who are going to these areas. I want to make sure that we're a thriving city versus just the other Las Vegas. We have Las Vegas and North Las Vegas. It's time for us to be North Las Vegas, the big city.
All right, I like that. And what kind of ideas do you have to make that a reality?
Got you. So one of the ideas I have is at Craig Ranch Park. Craig Ranch Park is our biggest park in North Las Vegas. And it's an amazing park, right? So I have an idea to where if we had a facility there that could hold 10 small units, so 10 offices, right? And then one meeting room. Now, every year we could elect and choose 10 different nonprofits who could be at the park, right? Because nonprofits are technically businesses also, right? But they're businesses for the community, right?
Yes.
So every year we have 10 nonprofits at the park. So now, Mel, if there's a nonprofit for veterans, there's a nonprofit for kids who are disabled, there's a nonprofit for senior citizens. When you're at the park, you have the nonprofits there and they're speaking. You could come and talk to them and get all the necessary information that you need for your life. And then after that year, hopefully the city of North Las Vegas has promoted you so well that now you go from the park to having a brick and mortar business, which now turns into more C-tax for the city. So we're helping 10 nonprofits a year. So in 10 years, that means we would give a spotlight to 100 different nonprofits. Imagine that. I believe that's something that everybody in America would end up copying, and that will come from North Las Vegas. And every year we get 10 new nonprofits, and we're helping the growth of small businesses also. So to me, it's like a win-win-win-win for North Las Vegas, but that comes down to us putting in money for us.
All right, you're focusing on small businesses. You own several small businesses, and you have employed a number of people. Just to give you an opportunity to brag and talk about what you have done for the city over the years, about how many people have you hired?
Woo! Thank you. And not to impress you, but to impress upon the situation. I've hired about 300 people total, 300 or more, just in my barbers and salons. That's about over 160 people I've hired in my 6 barbershops and 5 salons and nail shops in the past 23 years. But besides that, the nightclubs, the photography studio, the used clothing store, from security, the cocktail waitresses, et cetera, everybody who is needed at a nightclub or event, I've hired. So when it comes down to that, when you're hiring people, you have to talk to them, you have to see their background, you have to read their resumes, you have to make sure they're a good fit. When it comes to being an elected official, I believe you should run the city the same way, making sure you have the same and the right people in the right spaces to make sure you have a great city.
What makes you a great guy to work for?
I love the word great guy. I would love to be, I would love if that's how people feel about me. But what would make me be a great person to work for is because I don't feel that you work for me, you work with me. You know, you might see LeBron on the court, right? But you can't see LeBron without the cameraman, the referees needed, everybody's needed. So I don't believe anybody works for me. So that what makes me a great boss, I believe, is that I treat everybody with respect. And if I were to be in the city, everybody in the clerk's office, from anyone who works for the city, we're all teammates. And because of that, I want the team to win. And I think that's a big part of me being able to listen. Even though I'm talking a lot right now, I'm a big listener. And I learned that you can't get ahead in life without listening to people.
And what makes you a great guy to represent the city of North Las Vegas?
Awesome. Because not only am I born and raised out here, but I have parents from Tulsa, Oklahoma, from another city. And I know that they came out here for their vision. And their vision actually ended up coming to fruition by having their children out here and us having a great life in Las Vegas. So because of that, I come from the local perspective of me being born and raised, but I understand, like my brother Mel here, who come from other cities who bring great things to our city. And me being a business owner, me being a father. You know, my daughter is a senior year in college. My oldest son's a professional boxer and a professional barber. My youngest son is 14 years old. He's on 88.1 as a host there and as a photographer at Canyon Springs. By leadership, I show it in my family. You will see my family doing things because we believe in our name and putting equity in our last name, Taylor. And if Taylor is your councilman, I'm here for you. And I want to make sure we put equity in North Las Vegas, and we will make ward number 2, number 1.
I love that. This has been a great conversation. I want to leave the last word with you. What would you like to leave our listening audience with?
I'd like to leave you with this. We are now in so-called post-pandemic, and a time I mentioned when I actually ran for mayor is now our mental health is one of the biggest things we need to talk about. We're trying to act like we're back to normal. We're trying to act like it's business as usual, but things are different. The barbershop is different. My salon's different. Business is different. So talk to your family, kiss your kids, and that's the most important thing is find your happiness. Before the election, I can leave with a whole election pitch, but when it comes to you, find your happiness and tap into that, because right now we need to talk to each other and we need to make sure that we care about each other as society. I love you all.
All right. Please give us your contact information. If somebody wants to get in touch with you, they want to help you with your campaign, how do they do that?
Got you. So you can email me at roberttaylor4council@gmail.com. That's Robert Taylor #4council@gmail.com. Or reach me on Instagram at Vegas Twixx with 2 X's, Vegas Twixx. And on Facebook, it's Robert Twixx Taylor. Once again, that's Robert Twixx Taylor. Leave an inbox and DM. Let me know you saw this interview. I'll love the conversation with you.
You've been listening to Keeping It 100 with Mel and Bruce, sponsored by the 100 Black Men of Las Vegas. What they see is what they'll be. And you heard it here. His name is Robert Twixx Taylor, and he wants to be a member of City Council representing Ward 2. My name is Mel Tiller. I'm your host. And until next time, keep it 100.